Hi, welcome to an off-season edition of Grizz Talk. I'm your host, Paul Camp from the OaklandPress.com, and we're here with Oakland coach Greg Kampe. Coach, how has your summer been?
Well, my hair grew back, and it's getting pretty long. I think the flowing locks look pretty good, don't you? I mean, you know, I got that little fat, round face is gone, so I'm pretty happy.
Your voice is back. How was your golf game this summer?
You know, it's been pretty good. My index is an 8 right now, so that translates to a handicap from 7 to 10 somewhere, depending on the course. And that's about where I'd like to be, so I'm pretty happy with it.
So when do you get off the links and back into the court?
Well, the NCAA rules regulate what we can do in the off season, and all we can do is, as I said in the one at the end of the season, all I can do is the strength and conditioning, and we have a separate coach to do that. That's not really my forte or my staff's forte. We have a strength coach that does all that. We gave them a bunch of stuff to do in the summertime. Each one of them had to make 30,000 shots, which that's not an easy thing to do. You got to put a lot of time and effort into that. The notebooks are due on Friday of next week, and we'll see who made it and who didn't. And they were given individual work to do, which we can't supervise, but our captains can. And all the feedback I'm getting is it's been a really, really good summer for us. Working real hard. We got a couple guys, you know, Reggie Hamilton didn't get a ring, and he wants one badly, and the rings came in, and everybody's wearing. I should have brought one, but everybody's wearing them, and I think Reggie wants to make sure he gets one.
What every Oakland fan probably wants to know is, how is Keith Benson rehabbing from his thumb?
Well, he just started back playing live Sunday of this week. He had been able to do a lot of individual stuff. We've done a lot of weight strength on his legs. All the core things in the pool and stuff like that he's done. But as far as the thumb and basketball, we just started back in it on Sunday. He feels good. He had a little pain the first day or two, but other than that, he's been pretty good.
Now, your schedule is slowly starting to come together. You've announced some big non-conference matchups. Could you talk about a couple of those?
Well, our schedule's actually done. We can't release it because there's one contract that there was a minor issue in, and anytime there's an issue in a contract, it goes to lawyers, and it's lost in space forever, you know. So we finally got that resolved, and we sent it back to the school that the issue is with, and it was a minor issue. And hopefully as soon as we get that back from them, because we sign, then they have to sign, then they send it back, it'll be announced. I'm hoping any day. So, but the schedule it's tough. It's a typical Oakland schedule. We're going to open at West Virginia. We open there opening weekend, I think the 13th maybe of November. From there we're going to bus over to Ohio U, and we're going to play at Ohio U. And they were an NCAA tournament team last year. They actually beat Georgetown in the opening round of the NCAA tournament, so that'll be tough. We come home, we play a non-D1 at home, and then we go into this Thanksgiving tournament we're in, where we go to Purdue, and then we go over to Wright State, and we play at Wright State. Then we go to Chicago, and we play a couple games in Chicago. And then we come home to open the league. We're fortunate we get league at home, and those December games we have Southern Utah and UMKC. And then we go into the gauntlet week, where we go Michigan State, no, we go Illinois, Michigan State at the Palace, at Tennessee, at Michigan. So we go about a 10-day period where we play those 4 teams. And we have our Christmas tournament that was announced the other day. And then that's it. We get into the league. And so it's a very daunting schedule, but we're used to those, and we're excited.
Would you say there's any front runner in the competition to be the point guard, with the absence of Jonathan Jones to graduate?
Well, and you know, everybody says to me, well, you know, you lose Jones, you lose Nelson, you know, what's that going to mean? And my answer around the summer is, I expect us to be every bit as good a team this year as we were last year. That's an expectation. We actually believe we can be better because we have the experience of last year to help guide us. The 2 question marks I have are leadership. We had tremendous chemistry, and Jonathan Jones was our starting point guard for 4 years, the winningest player in school history. But as I told Will Hudson and Keith Benson, if we win 21-plus games this year, they become the winningest players in school history. So, you know, that's what that means. We'll see. But can we replace a 4-year starter at the point? Not in talent, because we can. JJ was a great player, but Reggie Hamilton is a proven commodity who's very good, and I love Drew Valentine. I think he's going to really, really show this year that he's a player to be reckoned with in our league. So I believe our talent, when you look at everybody that's coming back, another year of maturity, another year of understanding. You know, Maynard and Cushenberry will be juniors, which that's a big difference. Liedrich echoes. The best thing about freshmen is they become sophomores, and you know, he made us pull our hair out at times last year, but he's a very talented player, has a chance to be a great one. All those guys are going to be better. Our scoring, I think our biggest weakness last year was our outside shooting, and just Reggie himself coming to the table will make a big difference in that. You know, we're going to run a lot of stuff to Reggie, like we ran to Kangas. We're going to run him off a lot of those screens and get him some of those shots. So the question is, do you replace a four-year starter at the point guard? Talent-wise, I believe yes. Intangibles, I'll tell you in February, you know, whether we did that or not. Did I answer that question?
In a roundabout sort of way, in a Greg Kampe fashion, you did answer that question, yes. Reggie Hamilton going to get a shot, and Liedrich Eccles probably also. That's what I took from that.
You know, I guess I really never did answer it. I talked about the position, but what I think we're going to do is we're going to play point guard by committee, and that's kind of a cliche, but I don't look at anybody and say he's a point, because he's not. Reggie's a combo, Larry Wright's a combo, and Liedrich's a combo. Now, we brought a freshman in named Ryan Bass, and he's a point guard. But if we've got to throw Ryan Bass into the fray, that means one of two things. Either Ryan's so good, we had to do it, or we just don't have good point guard play. And I'm hoping that Ryan is so good, but for the future, you know, I would like to use him a little bit, but I don't want to rely on him. This team's too good to be relying on a freshman. And so what we're probably going to do is when we run our sets, we'll get the ball in Larry or Liedrich's hands, because we want to run a lot of sets through Benson to Reggie, because of Reggie's shooting ability. Now, he still hasn't proven himself in a game for Oakland, but he has proven himself in our conference, because, you know, so that's why I can say that. So when we play Tennessee and they press us for 40 minutes, that'll be the real sign of our point guard play. Is it a weakness or not when we play at Tennessee and they press for 40 minutes, and how we handle that? Then I'll walk away from that game knowing how I feel going into conference play.
Now, I've heard that we're going to get to hear you along with some of the Oakland team getting to show us your pipes. You're going to be able to be singing for us next week at JD's.
No, I'm not a singer.
You're a piano player?
I used to play the piano. I actually did. But, you know, they didn't ask me to do that. I don't know why. Maybe they didn't want to hear the entertainer or chopsticks or something like that. But we have our summer fundraiser. It's more FUN fundraiser than it is fundraiser, because we're not looking to make money, a lot of money. This tournament we're running is
the Lou Henson
tournament. The money that we're going to make from this is going to help sponsor that tournament. And what we want to do is we want to run that tournament every year. So we want this event to turn into a big event so that we can use the money we raise from this to sponsor that tournament. Because what that does, it gives us 2 home games. And we'll have, if we get a MAC school and a Horizon League school every year, and that's been the concept, we're going to get Rochester just because, you know, it's the community thing, and we're going to play Rochester because, you know, I feel the sense of community there. And, you know, Garth's been a long-time friend, and we want them in it. So we'll have people come because of that. And then we want to bring a Horizon team and a MAC team in every year. This year we have Valpo, and we have Eastern Michigan, and next year I have a commitment from Central Michigan. So I'm just looking for the Horizon League team, and we're in conversation. So in order to have this tournament, this fundraiser's got to go, and if we could make a little bit of money, help us fund the tournament, then that's the purpose. Now, back to the fundraiser. What we're going to do is...
Let me butt in there. It's next Thursday at JD's Key Club in Pontiac. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for getting that in there next Thursday. But here's how that came.
Right by the Oakland Press offices if you need any direction.
It's a safe place. I've been there. It's cool. If you've ever been to a piano bar, I'd never been because I'm not that kind of guy that really does things like that. But my wife dragged me down there, and we were in South Carolina and we went to one, and it was unbelievably fun. And then we went down here. But this came about because the guy that runs this place, John Del Campo, he was the head coach at Dryden High School my first year at Oakland, so he's old too. And he had a player named Pete Shield who was my first recruiting class. And so I've kept a relationship with John, and when he called me on the phone, he said, "Have you ever been to my place?" And I said, "No." And he said, "Well, why don't you come in?" So I went over, and he goes, when I got there, he goes, we're going to run a fundraiser for you here. I want to help your program. And we'll shut the place down and just bring Oakland people in, and we'll have a great time. And so what it is it's $20 cover charge. And that $20 goes to Oakland. And the rest of it is, there's nothing. We're going to have some jerseys there. We're going to have the players from last year's team. We're going to have their jerseys. And people can bid on their jerseys. And, you know, hopefully we'll make a few $1,000s because somebody wants Jonathan Jones' senior year jersey.
Or Derek Nelson.
Or Derek Nelson or Benson. Or, you know, if Benson's a lottery pick, you might want that. The players will be there, so they'll probably even sign them if they want them to sign them. So hopefully we're going to make a little bit of money on that, a little bit on the cover charge. Not a lot of money, but it's a way to get people thinking about Oakland basketball in the summer and get people back together in this club. And it is fun. I mean, even
can't forget the fun.
Yeah, even a guy like me, you know, who I never have any fun, thought it was pretty cool.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you for that thorough explanation. We'll be sure to see you out there at JD's Key Club. I'll probably even bring my handy flip cam. That is Thursday, JD's Key Club in downtown Pontiac, right around the corner from the Oakland Press offices.
Oh, wait. The team is going to do a song.
What song? We Are the Champions?
No. I put that on them. We had a meeting, and I said, you are going to perform. Every one of you. I'm going to watch, you're going to perform. So they're going to get up there and buy the pianos. I don't know if they're going to lay on them or do whatever they do, but they're going to actually perform somewhere around 8:30, 9 o'clock. They're going to go and they're going to perform a song. So I think somebody should probably bring a camcorder because it might look good on YouTube, you know. I even know what YouTube is now. I mean, it took me years to get into this, but
wow.
I don't
You're
know.
On a roll.
I don't know how to get there, but if somebody pulls it up for me, I'll watch it.
Okay, well that's been this edition of Grizz Talk. We're going to spend some time with Coach Kampe and introduce him to social networking sites. I'm your host, Paul Camp. This is Greg Kampe, Oakland coach, and we'll see you next time at theoaklandpress.com.
Awesome. All right, you got it.